From the director of the tense, slow-burning thriller Blue Ruin comes a new, tense, slow-burning thriller, Green Room. Last year, I saw a movie called Blue Ruin. I really liked it, so I decided to look up the director of it, Jeremy Saulnier. I saw that he was working on a new movie called Green Room, which was a sort of spiritual successor to Blue Ruin. So, naturally, I got a bit excited. Cut to a year later, and I actually get to finally see the movie. And it was awesome! This movie is about a band who have performed a gig, and after their gig, they accidentally witness a murder, and are then terrorized inside their green room by a group of white supremacists. The leader of this group is none other than Patrick Stewart. So obviously it sounds enticing to see Sir Patrick Stewart playing a villain. And I tell you what, he is absolutely terrifying in this movie. This movie is not at all for the faint of heart, as it contains a lot of gore and blood, mainly blood, but quite a bit of gore. I mean, it is obviously it is rated R, so there's that warning for you. It's a borderline horror film, but it's not enough to be called a horror film, so thriller is the accurate genre to give this film. It is incredibly well shot by cinematographer Sean Porter, and this is Jeremy Saulnier's first time working with a cinematographer instead of as a cinematographer. I mean, he has directed a few films before, but most of the time he is the cinematographer of said films. The main characters are played by Anton Yelchin, Joe Cole, Elia Shawkat, and Callum Turner are the band members. Imogen Poots plays Amber, who is a witness of said murder and friend of the victim, and the aforementioned Sir Patrick Stewart plays the main villain, an owner of the pub place in which the band performs, Darcy. Patrick Stewart doesn't actually have that much screen time, but he has quite the on-screen presence. He's incredibly intimidating and very commanding on stage. He is the boss of the bad guys, and you know that because he is incredibly intimidating and terrifying, and it's one of the best performances I think that I've seen from him. The movie is incredibly effective at making you feel uneasy about the situation. You're not entirely sure whether or not these characters are going to live to see the light of day. And you know this film is going to be effective when the audience actually has an audible reaction to when a character is cut open. That actually happened during the screening that I attended. A character's stomach is cut open, and the audience audibly went, "Oh!" So you know that our movie has built up enough atmosphere so that something like that will make an audible reaction from the audience. And this movie does build up quite the atmosphere. Don't go in expecting big explosions of extreme violence. For while the violence is extreme, it is sprinkled across the movie. It is incredibly intense, yet it is a slow burner. So the atmosphere builds up throughout the film, and it is incredibly good at that. And these characters are realistic enough that they do feel like real friends, the real band and stuff, and they actually, you feel kind of attached to them, and you don't want what is going to happen to them to happen to them. It is an incredibly effective film. I wouldn't call it traumatic, because I heard some people calling it a traumatic film. It is not that, although it is not at all for the faint of hearted. I thoroughly enjoyed Green Room, and I'm looking forward to whatever Jeremy Saulnier has up in store next for us, and I give it a 8.5 out of 10. So guys, let me know what you thought of Green Room in the comment section below. That is, if you saw Green Room. It is an independent film, so I had to go all the way to Carlton to see it. It was about an hour and a half from my place. I will see you next episode of whatever it is that I decide to make. See ya!